Hello, welcome to Regulatory Affairs 101. I am Nancy. Today, we are breaking down the key differences between 21 CFR Part 11 and EU Annex 11, two foundational frameworks that shape how regulated companies manage electronic records and computerized systems. If you work in regulatory, quality, or clinical operations, this comparison is essential. Both Part 11 and Annex 11 share the same mission: to protect data integrity, ensure product quality, and maintain trustworthy electronic records. But they approach this mission in very different ways. 21 CFR Part 11 is a U.S. FDA regulation focused specifically on electronic records and electronic signatures. It tells us what makes an electronic record reliable and what makes an electronic signature legally binding. EU Annex 11, on the other hand, is an EU GMP guideline that covers the entire life cycle of computerized systems, from specification and validation to operation and retirement. It's broader, more system-centric, and deeply tied to GMP expectations. Now, legal status. Part 11 is a legally binding regulation. If you submit to FDA, you must comply. Annex 11 is part of the UDRELEX Volume 4, the EU GMP rulebook. It's not a standalone law, but it is mandatory for GMP compliance in the EU and for companies exporting products into the EU market. Part 11 is record-centric. It focuses on ensuring electronic records and signatures are accurate, secure, and equivalent to paper. Annex 11 is system-centric. It governs the entire computerized system lifecycle and integrates risk management, supplier qualification, and quality system oversight. In Part 11, risk management is implied through FDA guidance, but is not explicitly written into the regulation. In Annex 11, risk management is mandatory. Risk assessments determine the level of validation, the controls needed, and how suppliers are managed. Part 11 doesn't explicitly require supplier qualification. Those expectations come from predicate rules and your internal quality system. Annex 11 is much more direct. It requires documented supplier competence, clear agreements, audits, and defined third-party responsibilities. Part 11 requires validation of systems used to create or maintain electronic records. FDA's 2003 guidance narrows enforcement to the most critical areas. Annex 11 requires full lifecycle validation, URS development, design, verification, change control, and periodic review. Both frameworks require audit trails, but Annex 11 embeds them into the broader system lifecycle with emphasis on data integrity and routine review. Part 11 relies on predicate rules and your QMS to establish governance expectations. Annex 11 directly embeds governance into the pharmaceutical quality system and requires active documented oversight throughout the system's life cycle. Finally, electronic signatures. Part 11 has highly detailed requirements for identity verification, uniqueness, and signature record linking. Annex 11 addresses signatures too, but with less prescriptive detail. The focus is simply on ensuring signatures support GMP compliance. So here's the bottom line. Part 11 tells you how to manage electronic records and electronic signatures. Annex 11 tells you how to manage the entire computerized system. Together, they form the backbone of global expectations for data integrity and system compliance. If you like the content of this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.